Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. We are finally saying goodbye to this Cuddle Baby, and as you can see, she has been taken apart. And I'll go ahead and put here in the video, it'll pop up, a link to the video where we built this baby. Go ahead and feel free to watch it whenever you have the chance if you haven't seen it already. But anyway, in that video we built her, and I hadn't put a magnet behind her lips in order to make her magnetic for a magnetic pacifier. I did that this weekend, and finally now her magnet is dry, so I went ahead and I put all the stuffing back inside her head and the glass beads, so her head is back to weighing the original weight. Anyway, I want to show you guys how to put a Reborn doll head back together, in case you guys are wondering, and you know, if this is something that you have to do at home, if you don't know how to do that, I will definitely show you. I am using zip ties instead of strings, so if you did take your baby's head off and you have strings, I recommend getting zip ties. It'll be the easiest way and fastest way to put your baby doll back together. And Janie, who makes these Cuddle Baby bodies, she does use zip ties for her body. So if you have any of these Cuddle Babies, you have already dealt with the zip ties. So let's see, I don't want to fully undress her because we already dressed her in a previous video. So I was able to squeeze her head right off the body. If you do have a baby who the zip tie is very, very, very tight in there, I would recommend using an X-Acto knife to cut through the zip tie. And you do have to be very careful that you don't damage the vinyl, so the doll's head, the doll's neck area, and you want to make sure also that you don't accidentally cut the cloth body. So I'm gonna take a pair of clippers because that is the easiest thing to use when you wanna cut these zip ties off the body. So here is the zip tie that she had on, and now we're going to put a complete new one. And I do like to use the ones that have the metal, what do you call it? This metal part in the zip tie head. I don't know why I laughed. Sometimes these zip ties can be a little tricky to put in here because as you get closer to the stitching, oops, and there goes the head. So this can be a little tricky because the stitching part, as you guys can see right here, it comes all the way up here, and it's not that it's blocked. You can actually put the zip tie through. It's just tricky because I don't know how to explain that. There's something going on here that sometimes blocks the zip tie from coming through or going through, and it can be a little frustrating for my wife. Huh, baby? She's ignoring me.
Oh, sorry, I was reading a message. Yeah, it's frustrating.
But we are almost done here. I feel like I have finally figured out how to sort of get the zip tie to pass through. Not all bodies have this. It's not a problem. It's just the way that it's made. Not all bodies have that. Some bodies do. Some bodies you can just easily pass the zip tie right through this area. Okay, so I do want to make sure that all the polyfill is inside of the body so we don't get anything caught outside of the cloth body. Okay. And of course, ideally, it's best to do this with the Reborn doll or Cuddle Baby not wearing anything. It'll just be easiest, but you can still do it with clothes on. And I want to make sure that there are no hairs. Like, I want to make sure that none of the hairs get caught inside of the cloth body. That wouldn't be good. So I'm gonna make the hole a little smaller and a little smaller, and that is perfect. Now we can fit the head right in here. And now that the head is completely in there and there's no hair caught, we are going to tighten the zip tie. And this, you can tighten it as tight as you want, but you want to make sure it's tight enough so that the head doesn't fall off while you're holding your baby or out in public. Oh my goodness. I do like to give a little bit of room for it if the mommy or daddy likes to rotate the baby's head. So we do get a good rotation here. So now, turn her around so you guys can see what it looks like back here. And now I'm just gonna take my nail clippers and cut the zip tie as close as possible to the base. Rub your finger on it and make sure that it's not sharp. And typically I don't get a sharp edge, but it does happen from time to time. So be careful too when you're rubbing that area to make sure that you don't cut yourself. Oh my goodness, she's so precious. I wish I could keep her, you guys. But she is going to make someone else very, very, very happy. So that's what it's all about. The previous footage that you guys saw of her, I had my blinds closed, so I apologize. It might have looked a little darker, but now my blinds are open and we're getting beautiful sunlight, perfect sunlight actually. When these babies are laid on their back, sometimes the hair becomes a little crinkle or bent, and the only way to remove this crinkleness is to add a little bit of water and allow the hair to air dry without actually laying the baby back down. So you just have to wait for the hair to air dry and then brush it out and the crinkle is gone. But with this baby, she's been laying on her back and I've noticed that I haven't had any crinkleness. So I love that. I absolutely love that about this hair. So let me go ahead and lay her down. And we are going to fast forward this part, because I know you guys have seen this a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this. I have put peanuts in here. I bought this box at Office Max and it's very, very tall. So I needed a little bit of something to take up some room in here. So I put a layer of peanuts. And finally, I will be doing the COA. The COA is not ready. I have to actually do that off camera, and I will go ahead and set that in here. I am so excited for her. So congratulations again to her mommy and daddy, and I cannot wait for her to arrive to her new home. There might possibly be a box opening video. We are unsure, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted. So again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.